Hi guys, it's me, back again of course, and last night I saw Nightcrawler. This was one of the most hardest films to see all throughout, and this is not an easy review to say, but if I have to give it a final rating, it's not gonna be easy also. So the film stars Jake Gyllenhaal playing this guy called Lou, and he is this kind of an oddball guy, you know, just trying to find some work, and he gets fascinated by an idea of filming dead people, or let's just say probably people who are dying or getting killed or whatever. And it's very easy to say that this film is at least one of the not just hardest but not easiest to watch. And I'm not sure, is it the performance by Gyllenhaal or the way the world looks in this film, or the way the character Lou Bloom watches the world. And we have these kind of obsessive people in movies. We have Cy Parrish in 1 Hour Photo, played by late Robin Williams, which was very intense and very awkward film to watch. We had Taxi Driver with Robert De Niro. Travis Bickle, you know, this guy was insane. Also, we had another Robert De Niro movie called Fan, and of course King of Comedy. Those are, you know, just one of those obsessive films. And Gyllenhaal have been played obsessive guy lately in 2007 in the movie Zodiac, but it was very much, you know, like understandable, you know, obsession. Nightcrawler doesn't have this kind of obsession. It's very, yeah, it's hardest to watch, but it's almost unbelievably, let's just say, catchy to watch it. And you don't see Gyllenhaal in this film at all. Yes, I know Gyllenhaal plays the part, but where the fuck he is? I mean, we have seen this guy who just wanders around and, you know, tries to go on, you know, just look, where are those dead bodies? And, you know, he just goes all throughout the place. He doesn't give a shit. He wants to be noticed, and of course he finds out that this news station, this local news station manager, whatever this, played by Rena Russo, amazing talent from her, is really interested on Bloom's work as he, you know, videotapes these things, these very dark sides of the streets of Los Angeles, or was it New York, whatever. It was probably Los Angeles because it was very, you know, awkward. And so this woman is very interested on to see these images in news, and they actually allow them to play in, but only in morning news, of course. Probably not an easy job to do, but of course, you know. And so this is a very complex film to say, but I was surprised that I was really getting onto this movie by myself. I'm not sure what happened, but in the scene when he goes, Lou Bloom, the character of Gyllenhaal is played, is going to this house where this murder thing happened, and you know, there's woman lying dead on sofa, and there's a guy, in the kitchen, dead. And then, of course, Bloom goes there and films the whole thing. And before that, he sees these two guys who did this killing spree. And Lou does not say this to nobody, and which goes beyond what I didn't expect it. But it was mainly some sort of tribute for Taxi Driver, because Lou Bloom and his other guy, who goes to work with him, go search for these two guys who did this killing spree without even noticing what happens. I'm not gonna spoil anything, but it was very insane. And this film looks very, very dark, gritty, and awfully, filmed. But it's not just those parts that really makes this film. It's Gyllenhaal. And sometimes when I need to know about something about actors, I haven't seen anything else from Gyllenhaal than 2012 Donnie Darko and Brokeback Mountain, and some other films, of course. But I think he has been in the shadows of his sister, Maggie Gyllenhaal, which is very, uneasy for a guy who can play very good parts. And of course, Maggie Gyllenhaal has been fucked behind, in the Secretary, of course, and all the other films, like Dark Knight, whatever. But if Jake Gyllenhaal never plays a character, what the fuck would happen for him? I mean, he was awesome in this film. I mean, you cannot see Gyllenhaal play the part. You can see whoever you want to see, but it is Gyllenhaal doing this part. And he's magnificent. He's scary. He's intimidating. He is sometimes very, very funny. But sometimes this guy is so nuts that whether you want to watch it or not, you're forced to be on his side. To see these images go into the news on morning, to see these very dead, really body parts, of course, blood and stubbers. What? But still, there's one scene that really creeped me out, and there's one image that is like, okay, this guy is not my kind of guy. Actually, there's two parts. One part is there's one car accident, and there's a guy, laying back, very, very far away, and of course, Gyllenhaal's character is right before those cops and medical, help for those, victims, and he's in there. He grabs a body and slowly carries on into this scene where there's a light hitting on, and he films the guy in there. Okay, but the biggest and of course my absolute terrifying moment was this: when he was allowed to show the scenes from the house when that killing spree happened. That look on Gyllenhaal's face when he sees it, it was like, that was pure creepiness. I mean, this guy is so obsessive to show real people, real accidents, and real killings, and real, whatever happenings. I'm not sure what this guy's problem is. Cy Parrish's problem in one of our photo was to protect this family, not to get him break apart. Of course, when he has imagination, because he was imagining himself to be his family's uncle, and he had this very few momentary photos on his wall. Creepy. Travis Bickle was protecting some people. That was kind of understandable. And in King of Comedy, Robert De Niro's character is basically just want to be in TV. Basically. Lou Bloom's character is completely insane. We don't know why he tries to do this thing, but he is trying to give this world some kind of reason to see this gritty image of blood and gutters and whatever. But the main thing that really just surprised me in this film, and my final rating will be 4 out of 5. Academy Award didn't nominate this film for at least lead actor, best film, or best editing, or even best photography, or even like anything else, just for the screenplay and an adapted version of it. This same thing happened to Drive a few years ago, and now I understand why. Hollywood is not prepared for these kind of pretty films when it comes to be seeing the darker side of cities. So, even if you don't want to see this film or not, or just want to see it, I highly recommend to see this film. And this was an amazingly great film. Gyllenhaal is just beyond awesome, and I was so ashamed that he didn't get it nominated for this part. I mean, what? Seriously. But if you don't want to see this film, I understand it, because some people may say it's worst, it's not good. It's not that. You don't want to see this film because what I just say to you are not the easiest parts in the film. Take care now, and bye-bye.